What's happening, YouTube? You're back in the building with Lamont Tyson, one member of the Life Gang Avengers of current culture. I am in here to give you guys the Sunday morning quarterback game plan. And we've got a lot of football action going on today. So, those of you that tune in to me, I just want to say thank you for being here.
You went
Thank you.
early.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm like,
Hold on.
thank you for joining. Thank you for coming. I'm going to give you guys the skinny on what's going on this week with stocks, what you can do to make money or save it. Because let's keep this thing real, people. Sometimes the best way to make money is to not even jump into a stock just because it's been overhyped by those little punk asses on Reddit. I had to protect my boy from one of them. My boy sitting right here, the living legend. Tell the people how you feeling.
Oh, I'm doing good, man. How you doing today? How's everybody doing?
Hanging good, man. I was doing fine till that stupid Tom Brady won another football game, and now he's going to the Super Bowl.
I mean, I feel like I might need to start rooting for him so that he will actually lose. Because every time I root against him, he seems to come up winning.
Man, all I can say is Patrick Mahomes, I need you, baby. I need you to be on. This is going to be your chance to get redemption on the man that took away your first Super Bowl when you was trying to get there. I'm gonna need you to be ready. But Larry, because I'm trying to get up out of here, I got something to do before I go jump on Brandon's show. I was just laying the groundwork for people and all the things that are going on in the stock market. So when you talk about all the things going on this week, Larry, you've got coronavirus out there. We've got a new president out here saying different things. We've also got earnings calls. So as we have people that are learning the stock market and the different things that affect it, all the three things I just said are going to have an effect on which direction the stock market goes this week. So Larry, let's start with the first point, which is coronavirus and Joe Biden. So if I had to bank on a stock over the next 6 weeks, it'd be this one right here. Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine is about to get approval in 2 weeks, says Dr. Fauci. The difference with Johnson & Johnson's coronavirus vaccine, it's only one shot. One and you're done. And it can be stored in regular refrigerators. They don't need minus 90. You got to live on the bottom foot of a polar bear, not regular refrigerator, and it gets it done. Larry, for those of you that are into buying stocks and holding long term, or for those of you that are into buying calls short term, Johnson & Johnson is my top medical play this week. Larry, give me a rebuttal.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be good. Also looking at some of the PPE stuff that's happening when since Biden is supposed to enact the Defense Production Act, I think 3M is probably gonna move. Some of the companies that make the chemicals and the fibers that go into producing N95 masks are probably gonna move. So, I'm not exactly sure what those companies are. I'm gonna have to do some research and find out what those companies are that make those products. And since I don't know who contracts with 3M for those, it's kind of taking a guess. But
that's why you come here for me. I have a list for you. Let me name a list, but I want you guys to be cautious about this list. Some of these companies I'm gonna name have earnings, which is why you did not hear me say bank on those this week. So we have 3M, we have Abbott. Another finding that they have found helps with coronavirus distribution of the vaccine, Larry, is the type of syringe you use. A company called McKesson makes these beveled syringes that are supposed to be better for distributing the vaccine. All that goes under the Defense Act. Abbott makes the coronavirus tests. I've had 2 of them. And we've already talked about 3M having to make more of the N95 masks because they've proven to be 95% effective, whereas the cloth masks and some of the other masks are somewhere around 66%. But I didn't mention, and then the other thing that we're talking about that deals with these companies is gene testing. In order to understand which strain of coronavirus you have, whether it's the one we're dealing with or the new strands, you have to get it gene tested. So that would bring in companies like CRISPR Therapeutics, so on and so on. So I didn't name some of those companies other than Johnson & Johnson for you to bank on, and CRISPR Therapeutic, I'll say bank on them, because some of these other companies are on the list, ladies and gentlemen, for earnings. And Larry, oh boy, some of these earning reports by the analysts ain't looking too hot, my brother.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
They ain't looking too hot, my brother. So now that we've kind of tied in the coronavirus, your playbook for Joe Biden and coronavirus, check out Johnson & Johnson, check out CRISPR Therapeutics, always check out the solar techs. So I like one called BEPC, Brookfield Renewable Energy Class A. They're going to be getting a contract. Check out those type of stocks if you're playing the coronavirus and if you're making a play on what Joe Biden is going to be doing. And also, ladies and gentlemen, next week, he's supposed to be signing an executive order on infrastructure, part of it, not all of it, just a small portion. When they say they're going to do a full Senate, Congress, President signed infrastructure deal, I will bring you guys a list of companies that will contract, because that's going to be huge, Larry. That's going to be huge. All right. So now the most important news of the day, ladies and gentlemen, who has earnings this week and what can you do with this earnings information? So Larry, let me put this graphic on the screen. All right. 425 companies are reporting earnings this week. And you see, I've got some circled. So you see Tuesday before the opening bell, you got Johnson & Johnson, you got General Electric, you got 3M, and you got Verizon. So let's just talk about those first. Within this group, Larry, who do you think the analysts are saying are good buys that are going to be reporting earnings Tuesday morning before the opening?
GE probably.
Nope. Expect it to go down. So don't you even put your money in GE. Not yet. The only way
I've heard some goodness about Apple, but I don't know. I heard some of the analysts saying Apple was about to take off.
Hold up, Larry. We ain't even got to that bubble yet. Good God, brother.
Oh, my bad.
We on Tuesday at the AM. In the AM Tuesday, it's only Verizon, 3M, GE, and Johnson & Johnson.
Okay.
And you've already ruled out GE, and the analysts expect their earnings to go down.
Well, I'm assuming that Johnson & Johnson and 3M are going up. I wouldn't be surprised if Verizon and Starbucks are on their way up too.
The only one in that circle that's expected to go up is Verizon.
Really?
Verizon, by the analyst reports for fourth quarter revenue, is really expected to explode. GE is expected to go down. 3M is expected to be the exact same as it was in third quarter earnings. 3M.
Flat, huh?
Yep, flat. Johnson & Johnson is expected to lose about 2% revenue.
Really? Well, that's a good buying opportunity, because I think that they're going to probably take off after this vaccine comes out.
You took the words right out of my mouth. So that's why I said they are a hot buy for me, because once this vaccine rolls out, Johnson & Johnson probably is going to take off, and a 2% drop, that's kind of buying territory, especially for a hot, great company like Johnson & Johnson, and I've been following them forever. Okay, so out of that group, Johnson & Johnson. So let's slide on over here to Tuesday after the close, which you see, Larry, AMD, Microsoft, and Starbucks. Which ones of those groups are expected to grow?
I'm assuming that AMD is.
Yeah.
I want to say Starbucks, because when I drive by, I see lines wrapped around the Starbucks stores that have drive-throughs, but there's still a lot of Starbucks, I imagine, that probably just aren't open, or people just aren't going in them. So I'm going to say AMD, probably the only one on that list. I want to say Microsoft too, but Microsoft always seems to run a little slow. So I don't know.
Yeah. They tend to run slow to flat. So Larry, I hope you got your grab a wig hat on, because this is about to blow your mind. All three of them are expected to see phenomenal revenue growth. AMD AMD is expected to have $3 billion in revenues in the fourth quarter. Okay,
I can believe that.
Microsoft, Larry, this is probably the number 2 out of the entire list, the number 2 Best Buy. Larry, Microsoft is expected to hit $40 billion in revenue from this earnings call, all because of what they're doing with cloud security and 5G. So
Wow.
a lot of their customers had a hack that was really, really bad. And so to secure them, they're moving them to 5G. And it costs money to do that. And Starbucks, their revenue is expected to go up by another 8 billion worldwide as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me let y'all see my pearly white teeth on this one. Any three of them, any three is excellent long-term hold and good short-term bait. But if of those three, the one that I would pick for the quickest short-term call, let's say you're buying the call that you want to end in the end of February, probably AMD. Because Microsoft it'll go up $2 and then just hold $2 for 2 months. Then it'll jump up $20 and then stay there, climb $2. Starbucks goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down. AMD, they might not make a $15, $20 jump in the month, but they do tend to steadily each and every month go up $3 or $4. So if you're going to play the short-term game, AMD might get you the most return quickly, but any of those three is a good play if you're investing long-term. Now let's go on to Wednesday. Wednesday is the most exciting day for a lot of investors. The only thing you see circled on my list right here, Larry, are 3 tech giants. You got Apple, you got Tesla, and you got Facebook. Larry, what are the analysts saying going to happen on those earnings calls?
Well, I think Apple's going up because I've heard some talk that Apple was supposed to be moving upwards, but I don't know. But I'm thinking they're moving up. Tesla, as far as I heard, I think this is where I think they said. I think they beat. If I'm not mistaken, I think they said that it was like a mixed bag where they had beat expectations for orders or something like that, but they fell short on delivery. So. I mean, you just never know with Tesla. Tesla is one of those things where I think all the analysts are just still completely mind-boggled and confused because the numbers don't make any sense. By all accounts, this stock should be probably $45 or something, and the numbers don't make any sense, but it just keeps going and going and going. So I have no idea. I think Facebook, believe it or not, I think Facebook is going up.
Yep. So here you go, Larry. You hit home runs this time, my brother. All 3 are expected to see their company's highest fourth quarter revenues in history. And I mean, I can't make this stuff up, Larry. And I'll start from the bottom and work my way to who's supposed to have the most revenues in this fourth quarter. Larry, can you believe that one company, number 3 on the list, is expected to have had $10 billion in revenues? Who do you think is on the bottom of that list with coming in with $10 billion?
Apple?
Nope.
Tesla.
Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you the dissertation on Tesla. Because of everything Larry just said, Tesla has, of those 3 stocks, Tesla is going to always have the highest volatility. And if the volatility is too high, you don't want to be buying that stock when it's near record highs. You want to stay away from it. But the thing about Tesla, ladies and gentlemen, if you can catch it at the right time, you can catch lightning in a bottle and you can make yourself $4,000. If you guys recall, I bought a call on Tesla December 28th. It cost me $2,500. And I got out of that call 4 days later and had made $3,600. Because they had got some good news and they shot up, and then they just kind of held steady at this price. Larry, from me owning Tesla all these years and owning the amount of shares I own, I would tell people, hold your money right now. Just see how they behave after the earnings calls. If you wake up Thursday morning, and in the pre-market you see Tesla is going up $10, then maybe jump on them then. But I'm telling you guys to do that because I have seen Tesla after certain earnings calls go down 10%, only to the very next day after that skyrocket up. So I would say if you're in the Tesla, don't buy it pre-call. Just wait. Just sit on your money.
Now throw that graphic back up there again.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So the one that I'm seeing on this list here for Wednesday that surprises me, I've circled, is Corning, because Corning makes medical grade glass, and they make a lot of they're making a lot of the vials that hold the vaccine. So I would fully expect that they are going to move, and if they don't this quarter, they should be moving the next.
I didn't circle them because they didn't make like the top 10 list of movers and shakers.
Okay.
But they do expect them to go up. You're absolutely right. Corning is expected to have better revenues than they had last year at this time. So if you're someone who's into this medical thing, into all the coronavirus, and Corning is one you can bet on.
Now, what about Kimberly-Clark over here on Monday before open? That's another one that I think might actually be in the positive.
Well, with that one, all you can do is just see what happens as soon as the market opens, because you can't. It's too late to make a play on it now.
Well, it's too late.
Just wake up early in the morning if you're interested in Kimberly-Clark, who pays a dividend, mind you, and just see how they're moving pre-market. And then about 9:45ish, if you want to jump on them, jump on them. Never, ladies and gentlemen, jump on anything.
Before you get out of there, there's one on here that I just want to say I should have trusted my gut, but I listened to you. You said, nah, skip them. And that's Levi Strauss. I talked with you about getting into Levi Strauss when they were at $10 and then again at $12. You said, nah. And now they're at $20.
and I showed you exactly why I said no. And I fortified my decision on why I said no. And they didn't check no boxes. 5 years, they lost money. 1 year, they lost money. 3 months, they lost money. And the week we looked at them, they had lost money. I can't bank on that. I
believe they were going back up. I believed in Levi's.
Look, sometimes if you want to go on out there and take a risk, then jump on out the river. Jump on out the river.
I feel you. No, the numbers that you mentioned were your idea was justified. You're saying don't get it was justified. But there's sometimes you get a gut feeling about something and you start thinking, I think this stock is going to move. And it did move. And it has been moving sort of slowly over the last few months, where it's gone up from 12 and then it had a little jump to like 15 and it sort of hovered around there and sort of inched its way up. And then it had another bump up to like 18 and then it's sort of been moving. So I still think this one's going in a positive direction. And I think the more and more that people are working from home, the less people are buying fancy clothes and they're buying more practical clothes that are just comfortable to wear, like Levi's jeans, And so
are people wearing jeans at the house? I mean, most people I know is wearing jogging pants and leggings and stuff like that around the house.
I'm wearing Levi's right now.
Well, that's why you want to buy them, because you like them. See, oh my Lord, now we're getting somewhere. You don't buy just because you like it. You buy based on the bottom line of the company. I mean, that's how you buy. But I mean, hey, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you like this. I want you all, if there's some company that you just feel a deep urge, a deep niche in your gut to buy, and it's not that expensive, and you want to take a risk and minimize your losses, buy a call. Don't put all your money into buying 1,000 shares of said company, because if the company goes completely backwards, you've lost all that money. You've got to sit on that company and hope that they go back up. But if you buy a call, yes, you risk losing the money that you put in, but your loss is capped out at a certain level. So on a company like Levi, where it's only $10, $15, $20, call on something like that might cost you $200 to control 100 shares of a stock. So if you're feeling frothy in your gut and it's not because you're having a respiratory distress, then buy a call. So let me finish this list out. So Larry picked out on this list Larry picked out that Tesla is number 3 on the Wednesday after the close calls for coming in with 10 billion revenue. Okay, Larry, guess who comes in number 2 with $27 billion in revenue in the fourth quarter?
Facebook.
Facebook, yes, yes, yes. And of these 3, Facebook would probably be my number 2 pick for people to invest in. Long term for sure. Short term by buying a call, definitely. And the number 1 who's coming in revenue this fourth quarter, no company has ever done this. Larry, Apple is supposed to come in and hit, and I got to take this down because this is a number I just can't believe somebody can do in 3 months. Larry, believe it or not, Apple is set to have made in revenues $103 billion. $103 billion, and they closed all their American and Chinese stores.
Wow.
103. So I don't know if any of you guys own Apple, but I do. And I noticed from Monday till Friday, that stock shot up 20%. I mean, just shot up. Now, I had a call on Apple that expired Friday, and I showed Larry my call. I was in the hole this whole month because I bought it for the month. And on Friday, it came up and it saved me. And I exercised the right to own the shares of the stock at $136. The stock is sitting at 140 right now as we speak, and I'm gonna hold them until after the earnings because they're gonna go up at the earnings. Apple is one company that always tends to go up at the earnings. So of those 3, ladies and gentlemen, I would say my number 1 play because of price would definitely be Apple. Number 2 would be Facebook, and last would be Tesla. And if you are one of these people who are into doing the different things that revolve around coronavirus, check out Corning. Let me put the list up. Corning is right here where my arrow is at. Check them out. But then you've got other good things on the list that I didn't circle. You've got McDonald's. And here's one that Larry loves. Pretty much all the airlines are having their earnings call this week. And if you're into buying puts, well, that's where you go. I ain't into that. But if you're into buying puts, because every airline's supposed to be dropping significantly in revenues, and you guys know why. So, Larry, what questions do you have? Then we'll read some of the questions that the people are asking right here, right now. Oh, God. Okay. Well, before we do that, Larry, here's someone that's talking about AMC. And I explained to Larry why you don't mess with AMC. So, Larry, explain to the people what I told you why you don't want to mess with AMC.
Well, AMC, one of the reasons why they shot up was because of the whole Reddit thread. There's all the Reddit investor people that are out there, and they've been pumping it up, and so the stock shot up. And it's funny I tell you that because before I even knew that the stock was gonna move, and I knew that I didn't know about the whole Reddit thing. I just was thinking I should buy some AMC because when I looked at it, it was at like $1.89 or something. I was like, I should just buy 100 shares and just sit on it and see what happens. I was like, if the company goes bankrupt, then I guess I'm at $189. But if it doesn't and it goes back up, I could be in for a big win. And then all of a sudden, it just started to move like crazy. And I was like, I don't understand why this stock is moving. And then when I heard the whole Reddit thing, I was like, I think I'm just going to pass on it. I don't really like the whole internet thing. When people start getting in these groups and pumping stocks up, then it doesn't feel real. There's nothing about the company that says this stock should move.
Right. So, but that's not the only, ladies and gentlemen, the correct term is called a pump and dump. Pump and dump. Yeah. And Larry, that's not the only one that did a pump and dump via Reddit and some of these other groups. GameStop is
GameStop went up so much they had to trigger it twice. They had to trigger the pause in the trading twice on Friday, I think it was. Yep. That was crazy.
Yeah, and it's, ladies and gentlemen, those are all false hopes. Their revenues have not been that good. They've got debt on their books that is almost as high as their revenue. And I knew out the gate that was a pump and dump. And it's good if you can get out before the dump part. But ladies and gentlemen, whenever there's a hot stock and it just all of a sudden pops up, I'm gonna show you guys what to look for. I'm gonna show you the same thing I told Larry to look for, which lets you know it's a pump and dump situation, and you should not get in at this moment. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to jump on my Robinhood account so that you all can see what I'm talking about. And I will use Larry's AMC as an example. So Larry, when we talked about AMC, before I even got home, what was the first thing I said to you? Did you check?
I don't remember now.
Implied volatility.
Right. Yeah.
And when we check the implied volatility, you remember this, Larry? 324%.
Sounds about right for me, right?
No. Ladies and gentlemen, you never, ever want to get involved with a stock when this number is higher than 74. Unless it's something you want to hold on to or some company you really believe in, like an Amazon, a Walmart, a Target. But generally, those type of companies are not going to see implied volatility higher than maybe 100.
All right, well, here's one that I'm actually looking at doing this week if I can get my money over into Robinhood quick enough, since they take forever to actually transfer your money over.
Okay.
I might have to actually do it in TD since they do it faster if I can figure out how to do it over there. But so look up Palantir.
What's the ticker?
Or Palantir, it's PL. What is it? Hold on.
Is it Palantir?
Palantir, yeah. Sorry,
man. You know I own Palantir. I own 100.
Yeah, I know
Palantir. But
so here, this is what I'm thinking, right?
Okay.
So let's go to trade options.
Okay. This is definitely a put situation.
I'm thinking about selling a put.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking about selling a put at. I was thinking about selling a put at $33. At $33.
Nope.
I
own this stock. I know how it moves. No, and look at that volatility, 133%. It is definitely going down. I can't even let you get out like that. If you want,
here's the thing. It's going to pay me at $33. It's going to pay me $300 or $297 for the fee. My break even is $30.53. So it's going to have to go down more than $2 in the week before I can't make my money back. And if I end up getting stuck with the shares, we've seen how this thing jumped up over the last week or so. So if it makes another, I mean, it could drop, but if it makes another big, like let's say it drops down to like $27, I get stuck with it, and then it jumps back up and it goes up to $35.
Right.
And I make my fee and I make my money. I just have to hold it for a week or so. And
then you can turn around and sell calls.
So I know the volatility is high on this one, but the upside seems like it might be worth it.
So I'll say this about this company, Larry. This company works for what you're trying to do because it's a solid company. You know, does that make any sense to you?
Yeah.
When you come over here, and one of the reasons why I own certain companies is to watch them. In the last 3 months, let me click this so you can see it. Look at what they've done. In 3 months, they've gained 235%, $23 basically. So I believe in this company. And I believe in the strategy you can do with them. And I've also, Larry, turned around and sold calls against my 100 shares. So if that's something you want to do with this particular company, I can definitely rock with you on it. I mean, that's not a bad play because I am going to sell call. I mean, I am selling calls of my 100 shares with that volatility being that high. That's for sure. Because if we come down here, Larry, and we take a look at my 100 shares of Palantir, look at what I got in for. I got in for $15.
Yeah, that's nice.
And it's trading at $32.59. So, I mean, I'm in the good. I don't want to lose them because I think this company has potential to be by the end of this year close to $100. But I'm gonna make my call so far out the money that if it went up that quickly in a week, I would be fine with selling. So yeah, Larry, I'm all for you doing some Palantir this week. Just be mindful of that volatility, and then go over there and make sure that you check your delta. Check that delta when you do it.
See, that's why I'm not so worried about, I mean, I don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm not worried about the volatility on some of these things when I'm selling, when I sell a put, but the fact that if I lose, I own the shares.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like if I'm, obviously if I do a call and I lose out, I'm just out my money. But if obviously when I sell a put, if it falls below that strike price, at least I own the shares. I may have had to pay more for them than what I wanted to, but as long as it doesn't drop below my break-even point, I'm good. And even if it does drop below my break-even point, if it goes back up, then I'm good. I may just have to hold it for a little bit. I don't want to have to, but if it does, like that happened with the when I bought the other one. What stock did I buy recently that I traded? What was that? Fuel Cell. It dropped below the it didn't drop below my break-even point, but it dropped below the strike price. So I had to hold it, and then I turned around. I think it dropped to like 15.89, and then I ended up turning around and selling it for 17 something.
Okay.
So
check this out.
17.59. So I made money on both. I made the fee, and then I made money when I sold it.
Urban Frugal Girl saying Palantir is having software day January 26th. So Larry, that could be some of the reason why their stock started going up. Because if you can remember, I was buying calls on NEO before they had NEO Day, and you saw what happened the weekend of NEO Day, and then what happened the week after. So this sounds like an excellent play, Larry. You should definitely do it. Definitely do it.
I just need to get my money over there. Robinhood keeps telling me it's going to take a few more days before we send these small deposits through. I was like, come on, people, just take my money.
I know it's a pain in the beginning, but once you get going, it's okay. Let's check out this one. Xander Cage. Damn, you got the little tattoo on your back of your head too, my brother, Xander Cage.
I know.
He's talking about clean, Larry, and I own Clean Energy too. Let me slide on down here to Clean, and Clean is in the natural gas space, Larry, and one of the better ones. And they've been going up here recently, and I've been thinking about maybe buying some more Clean. Where is my Clean at? Y'all forgive me why this thing is going a little slow. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And right here, Clean. I got 100 shares.
$10. I like that. That's my price range of stocks right there. I like that.
Well, this one is a good one. I got in at 850. If you can see that right there, I got in at right around 850, and it's going up to 1047. I like this company, Larry. They've got a lot of room to grow. They do deal with not just natural gas, but they deal with the piping. They deal with compressed air, compressed natural gas, and Joe Biden has talked about giving some contracts to natural gas individuals as another way of clean energy. So I can definitely see it going up. That's a good play right there, my friend, on the clean energy.
Let's see. Yeah, I like this one. This is another one I like to sell a put on this one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But this one to sell a put, like to sell it's at 1047. If I sold an $11 put that expires on February 19th, that's $173 fee. And it's a $12 one gets me $243, and my break even's at $9.50. I like that. I might have to do that one.
I love that company. And I just gave you proof that I love it enough that I own it. I own it, Larry. So that one's do what you want to do with that. If I own it, ladies and gentlemen, it's definitely something I believe in long. It's not a swing stock for me. That is one that I own and I believe in the future. We got a question, Larry, I'm going to answer before we get to the last round and get on out of here from Frankie. I'm interested in purchasing stocks online, not sure where, how to start. Any guidance, I appreciate it. Sure, Frankie. Well, you have several online brokerages you can go to. Stash, Robinhood, Webull, TD Ameritrade. It's just you finding one where
Charles
the link,
Schwab,
Charles Schwab,
E-Trade.
yeah, any of them. You just need to go to one where the language looks comfortable for you, where it's easy for you to trade and learn. I'm a Robinhood guy, but I also like TD Ameritrade. I like Schwab. But for newbies, Robinhood's platform seems to be the easiest to understand. And if you're interested and you want to get a free stock and start twirling around, check my code. The link is in the video description. So Larry, let me round this out with some more big news, and then we'll get you people out of here to get back to cheering on Patrick Mahomes so he can go and whip Tom Brady's ass. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, this week, Michigan has made it legal to have online gambling, online sports gambling, online other forms of gambling. And there are some major stocks that are in that space. Of course, DraftKings. Larry, you're familiar with DraftKings. Yep. MGM Resorts, Penn National Gaming. Those would be my top 3 picks of buying stocks long-term and also buying short-term calls. Penn National Gaming, MGM, and DraftKings. Now, guess who's supposed to follow Michigan this coming week, Larry, in opening up online gambling?
North Carolina.
New York. Probably the biggest per capita market for gaming in the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are cues for you to take advantage of before everybody jumps on it. If you're into the online gaming and gambling and you want to make plays on these states opening it up, Michigan opened up this week. New York is about to open up in the coming week or maybe the week after that. Go get yourself some Penn Gaming.
MGM, I want to, man. I just don't like. I don't like those gambling stocks, the casino stocks. It's like I just have a moral problem with that. It's like I don't want to invest in any defense contractors either. I don't want to invest in General Dynamics or Paradigm or Bay Systems. And I just have a problem with them.
So Frugal Chick said, don't forget Golden Nuggets, only $20 now. The reason why I didn't include them is because they don't have a robust online gaming platform the way the others do. I'm not saying that they're not going to get it, but MGM, Penn Gaming, and DraftKings already have a robust online gaming platform. So you can start seeing revenues increase with those companies just like that. I mean, immediately. So that's why I mentioned
this country is filled with so many people with addictive personalities, man. I just don't think that it's just not going to be good.
I'm kind of like, man, look, people are addicted to food. I'm a food addiction person for 3 months of the year. Then I have to work it back off the rest of the year. I think this is one where we can legitimately say, give people choice, but also give them help if you notice that they're going wrong. I think that's the best thing. Because I mean,
let's get out of here. I gotta get to my fam.
Yeah, folks, that's going to do it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like it, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Larry's channel. And until tomorrow night, when we do the WandaVision review with the Easter eggs, we'll see you.
Peace.
Peace.